Hello there. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday. Welcome to a live stream. I missed doing one of these last week, and I nearly missed doing one tonight. Nearly. But I did not miss it, and I'm here. And you're here, and we're all here. And you may be wondering, why are you here? And if you're wondering that, I will tell you exactly why. Typically on Wednesday nights, my good buddy Feliciano Mora and I, we hang out and we do, also known as Mario, we hang out and we do a live stream talk show every Wednesday. But my friend Mario has been very, very busy recently. Last week we were so busy that we both completely forgot that it was Wednesday. So last week we didn't have a show because we literally both forgot what day of the week it was, if you can believe that. Tonight, I just haven't been able to get a hold of him. I don't know what's going on. I hope he's okay. I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he's just really busy. So I decided, the show must go on. I'm going to do a recording anyway. Because, I don't know, it feels like a bit of a muscle that I get to make sure I'm flexing and working out. And if I go for too long without doing it, it starts to feel a little bit foreign. And I don't want to lose any of that. So I decided I'm going to do a live stream tonight, no matter who's here. If it's just me looking at my camera the whole time and nobody watches, and so be it. But there are people watching it. So, hello. Hi to Sheridan. Sheridan's watching right now. Thanks for saying hi. If you are watching, you're totally invited to say hi and to make comments and interact with me for a little while. Typically, I do this kind of thing for an hour. Typically. We'll see what happens. I always try to preface it with "we'll see what happens," because sometimes it's not. Sometimes it doesn't feel like an hour is the right amount of time. Sometimes it's more. Sometimes it's less. Hi, Brandon. Guten Tag. Hello. So I don't. Actually, I was gonna say I don't have anything specific to talk about tonight. That's wrong. I actually have a lot of specific things to talk about tonight. But I want to get started by telling everyone that if you haven't already, if you didn't already know, I have a newsletter that I like to email out to people to give them a heads up as to what creative projects I may be concocting in my mad scientist lab, also known as my apartment. So, if you did not know, I'm going to be sending out a couple of emails in the next couple days, and I just want to make sure that if you're watching this video, you're aware to be checking your inbox if you do receive those emails. If you do not receive emails from me about what I'm working on and you would like to do so, just tell me and I will go ahead and set it up for you. I won't make you do any work. You just got to give me your email address and I will do the rest, okay? So that's first and foremost, is I'm trying to establish a good communication, because honestly, guys, a lot of people don't know who is doing what anymore, because there's just so many things happening on social media that I don't know about you, but for me, I have to turn off some notifications. It gets to be too many notifications. And so I know that people may not be aware of what I'm working on because maybe you're not getting notified about it, right? So this is your opportunity to get direct communication from me. I don't send them too frequently, maybe a few times a month, usually less than that. But I've got 2 big emails coming out in the next 2 days. Tomorrow is number 1. What is tomorrow, you might be asking? Why are you emailing us tomorrow? Well, let me tell you after I say hi to Tabitha, who's watching from Ohio. Hello. Tomorrow, Shaggy's here. Hey, Shaggy. Tomorrow's a very big day because those of you who have been following the progress of my animation talk show, Stay Tuned. You will be very interested to know that tomorrow, Stay Tuned turns 3 years old. Tomorrow, it's a birthday. So I'm very excited about this birthday, and to celebrate that, because last year there was 0 new audio content added to the podcast. 0 in the year 2020. What happened in 2020, aside from the obvious, was I did a video form version of Stay Tuned, and it was exclusively on Facebook, and then it moved over to YouTube afterwards, shortly thereafter. And that version of Stay Tuned was called Stay Tuned Live. It was really great, and it had 14 episodes, and then it ended. And unless you go seeking it out, you're probably not going to find it. So there are people out there who have already subscribed to the podcast in whatever platform they've chosen. There's 15 different platforms now where you can get a hold of Stay Tuned. So for those people who are wondering, where the heck is your next season of the show, I've gone back to last year's Stay Tuned Live, the 14-episode season from the summer, and I have retrofitted that into podcast form, and I've gone through and corrected not any, I shouldn't say any at all, but there were some major audio problems because it was a live show. There were some major issues. I have gone back and corrected those issues. So now anybody who discovers that season of shows is going to have a much more, I think, enjoyable experience than if they were to try to listen to the video form. So that starts tomorrow. Tomorrow you can stream on your favorite podcast platform episode number 1 of Stay Tuned Season 3. Also known as Stay Tuned Live. So that's pretty awesome. Number two is on Friday, I will be conducting yet another interview that goes towards the documentary that I'm currently producing. So I think that's interviewee number 12. And I just got an email right before doing this live stream from a different individual entirely, who I will not name right now, but he was very, very instrumental in the creation of the show, saying that he is willing to be involved in my film. So that means I'm going to have another interview to schedule. So things are moving along as far as getting people involved. Do I have everybody that I want involved? No. Some people have different schedules and they aren't able to do it. Some folks are retired and they don't want to be doing these kinds of things anymore. There's a number of things that have happened. So if you are ever wondering, about that, just know that I'm trying my best, and sometimes I get the answer no. So that is a thing that happens. But I've gotten a really good number of yeses, and I continue to get yeses, which is great. I'm also talking with a composer right now. I won't say whom, but I am in discussions with a composer for some original music to be created just for the documentary, which is very awesome. So there's stuff happening right now with all of that. And then on Saturday at noon Central Standard Time, I am releasing the teaser trailer for the film. Is the film done? No. I'm still working on the film. It's not done. But the teaser trailer is done. And on Saturday, you can watch it for free on YouTube. If you receive my email newsletters, you'll be sent a reminder telling you all about that. on Saturday. So consider yourself warned. So that's kind of a big thing as well. What else is going on? What other things can I actually talk about? Sunday, supposedly on Sunday, I will be notified about a film festival regarding my short film from December, Sparking Sunshine. I will be notified on Sunday if my film is accepted into another film festival. This particular film festival takes place in London, England. So, of course, if I do get accepted, you will definitely hear about it. I don't know if it's going to happen. Fingers crossed. I have submitted to several so far, and only one has accepted my film, which is fine. It's not ideal, but it's fine. I'm hoping for more, and this Sunday I will know if there is another one. So this is a pretty big weekend, and it all starts Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's literally something that I am anticipating and looking forward to every day. Something else that I kind of want to share with you guys tonight. This is kind of a cool little new secret thing that I haven't done any advertising for. You're not going to find this on my website yet. You're not going to find this really anywhere yet. These are Sparking Sunshine magnets. Magnets, everybody. Yes, they will be available for sale. I don't know when. I hope to release them soon. But I wasn't going to say anything about these until I knew about the film festival on Sunday. But I'm just telling you about it now in advance. At some point, expect to see these available for your wonderful refrigerators or other magnetic surfaces that you may have. That's a thing that is coming out at some point. I did a trial run, a very, very, very limited run to see if I would even like them, and I do like them. So expect to see me talking about those at some point in the not so distant future. Tabitha says, fingers are certainly crossed. Thank you, Tabitha. I'm also very much hoping that the film festival thing works out. Let's see. If you have any questions about anything that I've talked about so far, or anything that maybe I have neglected to talk about so far that you feel like you genuinely are interested in, please do let me know in the comments, and I will answer your questions to the best of my ability. But that's all of those things that I just said. That's pretty much covering everything that I wanted to talk about. Fingers are crossed from Diana. Hi, Diana. Hello. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the like, whoever gave me a like. I appreciate that. Some exciting stuff is on the way. I feel like this weekend and then going forward. I do not know when. I don't know when the film is going to be finished. I'm trying my best right now. And this is kind of difficult. I will tell you guys this. I'll give you a little bit of a peek behind the scenes. It's a little bit difficult because I'm trying to push myself every day, but about a week ago I started experiencing some severe burnout regarding film editing. And so now last week I took, I think, 5 or 6, at least 5 days. I took 5 days away from video editing, and I started preparing stuff for Stay Tuned Season 3 to be released. So I was like, you know what? Let me just put this to the side for just a moment, which was actually a very good thing that I did, because now that I'm back editing again, I have a fresh perspective, and it's making everything arguably a lot better. I'm editing better now since my week away. But my point was, what I'm trying to do now this week to to not let that happen again is I'm scheduling breaks for myself. If I work for an hour or two, regardless of how well it's going, if it's going super, super well, I stop myself. I find a good place to stop, and I stop. And then I get up and I go for a walk. Or I get up and I take a bathroom break, which sometimes includes taking a shower, believe it or not. But I'm forcing myself now to break up my day as far as video editing is concerned, because I don't want to get burned out again. Diana says, that's what I would have suggested. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's difficult because the counterpoint to that is what happens to me is I start feeling like I have negative self-talk that I deal with. So when I start taking those breaks, the negative self-talk comes in and says, dude, you were on a roll. Why did you stop? You should have kept going. And I start telling myself that I'm being lazy or that I'm not working hard enough. But then I remind myself, hey, you know what happens when you just keep going and keep going and keep going? By the end of the night, your eyes are crossed. You can't see straight. You start getting a headache and you feel intense burnout. So I am genuinely trying to prevent that from happening now. Genuinely trying. Stevie says, eat ice cream. Hi, Stevie. Diana says, I third the ice cream. Oh, because Tabitha said, I agree with Stevie, ice cream. And then Diana said, I third the ice cream. Yes, there you go. Diana says, scheduling those breaks, self-care. Yeah, I'm trying to do the self-care thing. It is not easy. Have you guys experienced the difficulties of allowing yourself to self-care? A side effect of self-care for me has been guilt. But at the end of the day, the days that I do the self-care stuff, I wind up feeling more well-rounded, believe it or not. I spend a little bit of time on the porch with my cats. I might call a friend and talk on the phone. I make sure that I watch some cartoons at night, or whatever. I try to break it up a little bit. Maybe I go take a drive. And I just try to give myself opportunities to make my day feel more varied. And yeah, maybe I'm only working for 3 hours on video editing. But as it turns out, 3 hours of video editing is pretty tiring. Even if I don't have a lot to show for it afterwards. It's pretty draining. And I'm not trying to complain here. I'm not trying to say that I have it so difficult. I'm just saying it's a creative process, and if you push yourself 8 hours of doing that straight, you can really mess yourself up. And I've been learning how much you can mess yourself up. I'm not doing anything damaging any kind of substance abuses or anything like that, but you definitely can mentally put yourself in a negative place if you're not careful. Diana says, okay, gotta run. Glad to see you're feeling a bit refreshed. Yeah, it's hard, but you'll notice the difference in your moods. You can do this. Strength, strength, strength. Thank you, Diana. Have a wonderful whatever it is you're going to go do. I assume you're on your way to work. But thank you for joining me and being here tonight. I appreciate you. We haven't spoken in a while, Diana. Diana says, we're behind you all the way. Thank you so much. Thank you. Honestly, that means a lot, and I'll tell you one of the hardest things about this whole project has been it is a mental marathon every day. It's a mental marathon. It is something that I've had to I have to get myself out of bed in the morning and convince myself that I'm walking into something that's positive and not walking into an impossible situation. It's hard. Tabitha says, I think it is important to share that there is a ton that goes into this project. I think it is easy for people who do not have the same interests as you do, not realize the time and work that go into it. keep rocking and taking ice cream breaks. Thank you, Tabitha. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's difficult for a lot of reasons. It's difficult because the work is difficult, and it's difficult because I have obstacles that I don't tell you guys about. Publicly, I don't talk about them. There are definitely obstacles that I am facing behind the scenes, and I'm trying to. Unfortunately, I have to convince people still at this point. I still have to convince people that this project is happening. I wish that wasn't the case. And I have to convince people that I'm doing it to the best of my ability, and that I'm putting a lot of care and consideration into it. I wish people just kind of accepted that I'm doing that, but unfortunately, that's not what's happening. So the proof will be in the pudding, I suppose, and once the film is released, maybe then, once I'm no longer working on it, maybe then people will be okay with me working on it. It's a pretty backwards notion, I guess. Once I no longer need that support, it'll start showing up. Yeah. I don't really know what's next. I was asked today by a friend if I'm still planning on putting together the convention that I wanted to put together a year ago. May 8th of last year, there was supposed to be a convention here in Austin that I was putting on. And so we are getting really close. We're less than a month away from the 1 year mark of when I was supposed to put that convention together. And I was asked today. I'm not complaining that I was asked today. It's fine. I'm just telling you, those of you that are watching this video. Is anybody watching this video still? I'm sure somebody is. I was asked today if I'm going to do that convention still. And I said, yeah, I'm going to do that convention still. Sure. But there may be some adjustments. The convention may have to be smaller than I thought it was going to be. The reality is there was a lot of hardships in 2020. And so to put something like that together now, I'm going to have to do it on a next to nothing budget. I don't really want to I don't want to do another Kickstarter for that. I don't want to do another budgetary thing for that. So the sad news is I'm going to have to do it on the cheap. But the positive news is I will do my best with what I can. When will that happen? I do not know, but I can tell you I'm not putting on any kind of convention until after I finish this documentary. That's first and foremost. Documentary has to get done. The podcast has to be fully released, which the third season, which it will. My goal is to release one new episode of Stay Tuned Season 3 for the next 14 weeks. Every week, there will be a new podcast released. That's my plan. Starting tomorrow. So there you go. And if you haven't already started following Stay Tuned, the podcast, what are you waiting for? Seriously, it's not going to cost you anything. Use whatever podcast app you love and go ahead and give the show a follow. You'll be notified when new episodes come out. And if you're looking for my suggestion on where you could listen to the show, if you're somebody that doesn't have a preferred platform, allow me to make a suggestion. Stay Tuned has just partnered up with a new organization called Vurbl, V-U-R-B-L, Vurbl. And Verbal's pretty awesome. Let me put the link on the screen. Let me find the link, first of all. Let me find the link. And I'll just type it in. There you go. This should be the link right here. Let me just make sure that I'm not putting that up there incorrectly. That should be the link. Yeah, that's it. That's the link. So currently, a lot of people don't know that I'm available on that platform. But if you go to this platform and you sign up and subscribe to me there, it's all free stuff. you can check out the first 2 seasons of Stay Tuned. I'm currently curating new playlists and trying to put that stuff together. I have like a best of playlist that I'm working on. And something I did not mention yet, this just happened a few days ago. I am now a Verbal ambassador. This is brand new. I've not said this anywhere in social media yet. I'm announcing it here for the first time. I am the animation ambassador for Verbal. What that means is if you go to my Verbal page right there, next to my station name, you'll see a little crown. And the crown means that I'm an ambassador, which basically means I'll be curating lists. I'll be putting together greatest hits lists of not just my own work, of work from across everything on Verbal that has to do with animation. So I don't have anything up to show you there in respect to that yet, but just be aware that's on its way. That's happening. That is happening as we speak. I am working on that stuff as we speak. So if you haven't subscribed to Stay Tuned in any way, shape, or form, allow me to invite you to subscribe to me on Verbal. It's a pretty cool formula. They are trying to become the YouTube of audio. The way they have described it, at least in the meeting that I went to, is that they're trying to be the home for like everything audio ever. That's their ambition, is to be the home for everything audio. So they're doing some pretty exciting things. They're innovating. That's why I like the organization. They're a very new company. They started at the very tail end of 2020, and I would say this is a good time to get in on the ground floor if you want to check out an exciting new platform before it blows up and does really well. So there you go. That's what's going on with Stay Tuned and Verbal and myself. There you go. If you're looking for, this is something else that happened this week. I actually have not announced this either. There's a really cool company that allows you to make a link page, a page of links, and they're called Linktree. Linktree is pretty awesome. And if you go to the Linktree website, what you can do is create your own, or you can just view people that have it, I guess. And this is a really neat little QR code. If I put this here, if you scan this with your phone, I don't know if it'll work. Somebody can try it and tell me. If I leave this here for just a second, I don't know, it probably needs to focus. Can you get it to focus? Come on. Well, anyway, I don't know if this is going to work for you guys, but if you take a picture of that with your phone or hold your camera app up to it, it should take you to my Linktree page. What I'm thinking of doing is maybe making a new business card and having this on it. It's pretty cool. It's a brand new thing. Just started this week. I haven't really talked about it at all anywhere. So this has been a very full week of new things. Very, very, very full. So I love it. I love new things. I love creating and developing new things. It's exciting to me. And I love presenting them to you as well. Anyway, that's about everything that I was going to talk about tonight. That's kind of my whole thing. We've been doing this stream tonight for just about 30 minutes. So if anyone has anything in closing or in continuing the conversation, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat right now. If you missed this live stream, you're welcome to watch it from the beginning. It is currently streaming on Twitch TV, on YouTube, and right here on Facebook. I will do a little summary for you before wrapping up, giving you guys a chance to comment if you like. In summation, if you're not getting my emails, my artist emails, please let me know if you want that, and it's free. I'll just go ahead and hook you up. Just let me know. Tomorrow, season 3 of Stay Tuned launches in your favorite podcast app and on Verbal. So just be sure to check that out. Shaggy says, sorry, I'm not talkative tonight. No, you're fine, dude. Don't worry about it. No worries. Typically, on Wednesday nights, I have another person to bounce things off of vocally. So it makes it a little easier to keep these things going for an hour. Saturday, teaser trailer for Stay Tuned Presents Batman the Animated Series. The teaser trailer comes out this Saturday. And I humbly ask you all to share that trailer when it comes out. Like and share that trailer. I just think it's very important that people see the trailer. We'll just leave it at that. Thank you, Shaggy. Shaggy says, I'm glad everything is going so great. Yes, thank you. Things are going very good. I will tell you, in all honesty, it didn't feel very good last week. Last week was a really rough week. It didn't feel like things were going well. But like I was saying earlier, in hindsight, I'm really glad that I took a work week away from video editing. It didn't feel very good at the time, but now I'm like, oh, this was necessary. This was necessary so that I could find a way to breathe and come back with fresh eyes and be able to do my best work because I took some space. So it turned out very well. Tabitha says, we are excited for the trailer. Yes, thank you. I'm excited for the trailer too. Hey, I'm gonna give you some reasonable expectations. The trailer is just under 1 minute. Okay? It's not a major trailer. It's major in the sense that it's major, but it's not major long, okay? But I also think there is something really good about a teaser trailer. I'm not a big fan of trailers that give away too much. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that I really enjoy. I feel like if I do that, I would be doing a disservice to the film. Will there be a second trailer? I don't know. I don't have any plans at this time to do a second trailer. I only have the one coming out on Saturday. And yes, it is a teaser. It is not a complete, full, revealing things trailer. So I got to be honest, I may not do a full revealing things trailer. I may only have the teaser trailer. It's just managing expectations here, people. Tabitha says, hey, you have a history of putting out awesome things that are less than a minute. Well, I appreciate that. I assume you're referring to the animation I did end of last year. So thank you for that. I genuinely appreciate that. By the way, just a quick note, if you haven't watched Sparking Sunshine, please do. It was a pretty special project for me. And it came out on December 8th, just a few months ago. If you haven't watched Sparking Sunshine, you know, a really easy way to watch it, by the way, those of you who are just now popping in, who are like, what are you talking about? If you use this, if you take a picture of this, I don't know if that's going to work. Try it now. If you do that, I have a special link on that location where you can just play Sparking Sunshine. It's pretty awesome. Shaggy says, promote your comics. Yes, I also make comics. Comics have unfortunately taken a bit of a backseat. I'll be very. I wasn't going to talk about this tonight. I'll be very honest with you guys. I miss making comics. I miss animating, and I definitely want to get back to it. The path that I am on is very important, but it is also difficult for me to do everything all at the same time. So I will tell you right now that I do plan to get back to making comics at some point and animation at some point. Just now is not that time. However, if you'd like to discover stuff that I've made in the past and it is new to you, you're welcome to go to filmaki.com, check it out. I have been making little tweaks to that website. There is a stay tuned section of filmaki.com. There's a cool little section for the Batman movie. So, absolutely check it out. I would love people to check out the website more. I have no idea if anybody's visiting it, but for that matter, you may not realize this, but there's a place on my website where you can actually create a profile Why would you want to make a profile? Well, if you plan on ordering anything from philmaki.com, that profile makes it so that you have an easier time to log in and you don't have to always put in your information. It also allows you to make comments on the blog posts that I put up, and then the news posts. You can actually get involved on the website, believe it or not. So this is all free stuff. Everything I'm talking about right there is free. Not buying things. Buying things isn't free, but making accounts is free, and interacting is free. So there you go. That's about it. That's my 2 cents on everything this evening. I hope you guys are doing well. I know this has been a stressful year. Last year was a stressful year. Hopefully you guys are hanging in there, and just remember that it's okay to have a rough day. It's okay to have a rough week. Reach out if you need any help. Reach out to a friend. Reach out to a family member. Don't worry if you don't think that you're burdening somebody by reaching out. And just remember that you guys are all very special and important. And I hope that whatever you're going through right now, if you are going through something, that you can pull through. Just remember that you can pull through, and things are not always as bad as they seem. That's all I will say. But thank you guys for supporting me and what I do. And lastly, I'll put a plug out there for Patreon. Those of you who like to really, really support me, you're always welcome to join up on Patreon. You can throw $1 at me a month if you want. There's different suggestions on that website, but it's whatever you want to do. If you feel like helping me out that way, you can. If you don't want to do that, you can still go to Patreon and subscribe to get free updates, and you'll get free updates. So those are all the ways you can get on board with what I'm doing. I hope you guys stay connected. I'm trying to stay connected with you guys. I'm trying to make myself available and make it easy for you to interact. If you have any questions about anything I said tonight, please don't hesitate to ask me. And yeah, until next week, hopefully I will be back here next week with Mario, and we'll be able to do our weekly live stream. Oh, I should point out, my good friend Brandon Boggs is doing a live stream as well, and he does his on Thursday nights. So tomorrow night, he goes by the Tech Chomper. You can search Tech Chomper on YouTube, or I think on Facebook and on Twitch. And he will take your tech-related questions, whatever they may be. He will answer your questions in real time to the best of his ability, because he does this for a living. He fixes tech problems for a living. But that's tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. There you go. Tech Chomper. Check him out. And check out my friend Shaggy. He has a lot of comics as well. He's a great comic artist. He's a very consistent comic artist who puts out a lot of work. So check out his comics. I believe the website is Welcome to the Manor. Is it welcometothemanor.com? Let me see. I thought it was. If you're listening, Shaggy, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm testing it out on my end. No, it is not. It is not. What is your website? Andy Shaggy, what is your website, my friend? Huh. Well, hold on a minute. I want to promote my friend Andy properly. Andy, what's your... I know you can go to Empire... Oh, okay. EmpireComicsLab.com. EmpireComicsLab.com. There you go. And there's a section for the manor at the top of the screen. There you go. EmpireComicLabs.com. Empire Comics Lab. Sorry. EmpireComicsLab.com. There you go. I hope I got it. Hi, Britt. Brandon is here, and he gave me a hug. Thank you, Brandon. Right back at you. Hey, Britt, I'm closing up for the night. Thanks for coming in. You're welcome to watch the video from the beginning. I'm gonna go make something to eat. But I'll see you guys next week. Don't forget, check your emails tomorrow. Your inboxes. I'm sending out news in tomorrow and Saturday. So keep an eye on those inboxes. Thanks for watching. If you've missed this video, watch it from the beginning, because I don't want to repeat myself a third time. Hi, John. John says hi. Thank you, Tabitha. All right, guys. Have a great night.